Welcome back to part 2 of the Energetic CEO. So if you are a light leader, a light worker, energy healer, quantum psychic, and you want to run a successful six-figure empire, you're in the right place. So I am Rachel Gargan. I am here to help activate your spiritual gifts and to get you into your energetic CEO era where you are building a successful six-figure, multi-six-figure empire. So today we're going to be diving into one of the number one things that I see that is holding back the soul-led entrepreneur from actually unlocking the truth of their business, more income, that ease and effortlessness that you know is actually available to you. So you do not need more strategy. What we actually need inside of our businesses is more trust, more knowingness that what we are walking into, what we're stepping into is actually available to you. When you can get into the frequency of it is freaking done, then it's done. Then it actually comes forward so quickly. So what I see actually kind of slows down the results that we want to see in our business is that so many of us are on social media consuming all day long, consuming the freebies out there, consuming all of these different programs, and we're looking for that strategy, that like formula that is going to like click those pieces together and begin to unlock what you know is possible. And us kind of digging into all of those strategy pieces is actually what's holding us back. It's creating a lot of busy work for you. It's creating a lot more restriction and being in that doing, pushing, figuring out kind of energy. And when we're operating in these energies, this is us actually operating with underworld frequencies, and it's slowing down the progress that you actually came here to see inside of your business. So when we know how to get into that self-trust, this is the most profitable business strategy that you can tap into on earth, like period. It just is. So when we know how to actually not look for the strategy, but it's the intentionality behind how you are showing up, what you are putting out into the world, and who you are being on a daily basis. And when we can begin to intentionally direct our energy, then we can build six-figure empires effortlessly. I have seen some of my clients, right, who don't have any funnels, any strategy, any of the automations, scale their businesses to 10K months, 15K months on repeat. And then I see some people who need to unlock a blueprint inside of them where they set up some of those automations because that's really in alignment with their blueprint in their business, right? And this is how they actually do it. I've seen people have only high ticket offers, only low ticket offers. So there is not a perfect one size fits all kind of strategy, and specifically for the soul-led entrepreneur like you. Because your way of unlocking that freedom and income and impact that you came here for, right, is very individual. So this is the reason why, we dive into the individuality of your personal $1 million blueprint inside of the six-figure empire so that you are getting into the frequency of your strategy so that you can get behind your own energy and get into the knowingness frequency that all I need to do is just this today, and I know that the results are coming. I maybe haven't seen the evidence yet. I am just getting into that trust and embodiment frequency, and this builds a significant amount of momentum energy inside of your business. So it's actually less about the strategy in your business and more about the self-belief. Pretty much 90% of the time when I tune into spirit and I'm like, Spirit, like, why am I not there yet? They're like, you need to believe in yourself more. You need to get behind yourself more. You need to get into the knowingness that what you know is available is actually available and that it's coming. And this is going to begin to close the gap. So the gap, we love the gap, right? We know what's available, we take the aligned action, and then there's that moment right before the manifestation lands, right? And this is that gap frequency. Well, often what happens is this is when we start doubting. We start questioning. We start trying to figure it out. We start scrolling on social media, looking at how she's doing it and how she's doing it and how she's doing it. And then we're like, okay, now I got to try to implement all these things to make it happen. And then that begins to lengthen, right? The time we're inviting in slow moving energy into the gap, and it begins to expand this gap. And then it's like, now it's been a month, now it's been 2 months, and I still yet haven't seen the evidence. So how can we begin to close this gap? We close the gap when we are inside of the energy of knowingness inside of our business, when we're actually sitting in that frequency of I am behind my own business and it's done. So if you take anything away from today's mini training, I want you to really, really get into the energy of knowing what is actually available to you. So if you are looking for some of those activations and codes that are going to assist you in getting into that knowingness frequency, join us inside of the Wealth Frequency Vault. This is a free space with coded masterclasses for you that are going to assist you in really unlocking new codes in your business and seeing massive acceleration inside of your spiritual business very, very quickly. So make sure that you check that out. I'll link it below, and I am sending you guys so much love and light.